from a modest watch shop established in 1942 to a diversified conglomerate spanning property, financial services, entertainment, hospitality, and more. Emperor Group's 80-year journey mirrors Hong Kong's own transformation. Today, we're speaking with the person who leads the sophisticated team navigating the complex regulatory landscape behind this iconic Hong Kong business empire.
So I know before your legal career, you've
yes.
been a chartered engineer for more than 10 years.
Yes.
And you had a master's degree in metallurgy. So
Yes.
tell
It's
us,
a long time ago, actually.
so tell us first, what is metallurgy?
Well,
and how did all of this get to where you are today?
Okay, well, metallurgy is like the physical property and structure of metals and its alloys. My dissertation when I was back into the master degree is about a special kind of alloys called 440K special alloys and its process. So it's better than stainless steel, but with more promising advantage of special alloys. Yeah.
It sounds nothing to do with laws. So what
Yes,
happened?
nothing to deal with law actually. But then I after 10 years working for the government in as an engineer, then I shifted to law. So well, engineering is exciting, is about design and creating everything. But law, when you get older or when you progress of your careers, law actually offers you more challenge. To me, it's more challenging, and then you could influence a lot of people, like business decisions.
Right.
So it's totally different. But of course, transition to law is difficult. You know, engineering is all about maths, calculating.
Yeah.
But law, when I first started the JD in Australia, you need to provide to make an essay of 4,000 words. It's so difficult for me at the start. But luckily, I love reading, so everything is fine. Yeah.
And now you are the associate legal director of Emperor Group, where we are today.
Yes.
Tell me
Yes.
what's driving the conversations in film and entertainment right now?
Well, let's say the entertainment industry. Well, when you are young and past, we have TV dramas. I'm sure that you love TV drama. Everyone loves
Oh yeah, I
TV
grew
dramas.
up with it.
Long, something like Family Saga, Revenge, that kind of things. But now the taste of the audience changed a lot already. They prefer mini dramas.
Right.
Like, let's say 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And the storyline is quite simple. It's just like some office romance, like the big boss fall in love with the junior staff, etc. So we change a lot for our production team and everything. As to the legal things, it's different because now everything is now put on online. So it's easy for people to reproduce and also copies all the content. So as a legal counsel for Emperor Group, we need to pay attention on the licensing elements, how you protect the license, and then prevent people from copying all those contents. And also one main point is the payment mechanisms, as I discussed with you before. Yeah, in the past, we have some contract and then we try to sign the contract with different people with a fixed rate, a fixed service fee. But now it's all depend on the subscription rate on the online platform. So the performance bonus is really depends on the number of viewers. So the contract is a bit different compared to the past.
Interesting. So you have a very interesting mix of technological background.
Yes.
You came from engineering, you came from a science background, and then now you're in
Yes.
the legal realm. And at Emperor Group, you also need to switch between different business sectors.
Yes.
This second at real estate, next second at
Yes.
film and entertainment. So
Yes.
what do you think is more essential to your job? Legal technicality or general business sense?
Well, I think as an in-house lawyers, business sense, commercial sense is very important. And you need to mingle to communicate with different type of people. And you know, because let's say people in the entertainment, in movies, their characters, their working style, their norm are totally different from people working in the real estate industry. So you need to know their business, how they operate, before you could able to provide advice for them and opinions to them. So that's the most difficult part. And I think if anyone who want to shift to an in-house lawyers, first thing is you need to know the business, how the company make the money. You love the business. If you love movies, then you go to the movie sectors. If you love properties, then naturally you go to the property sector as a start.
So looking for outside counsel,
Mm-hmm.
what's on your checklist?
From our experience, we tend to use different type of external lawyers, different type of law firms, rather than focusing on just one law firm or just one external counsel, because they could able to give us most up-to-date news, better insight. And then one thing is that because they are not part of our companies, so that they were able to give us impartial legal assessment. And they, external counsel, they deal with the government regulatory bodies, say the SFC, Hong Kong MA, day-to-day. So in certain way, they are more familiar with how their internal process is, and even their legal argument. So we find that it's very useful to see second opinions from those external counsel, especially when you are facing litigations or some government body questioning things. Yeah.
What is something that you found increasingly important today when you're selecting outside counsel?
Well, I think they need to have a business sense, very quick response to our questions, and then they need to know the local law, because we have different kind of business in Hong Kong, in UK, in PRC, in Macau, and even in Malaysia. So having a good external lawyers and in that country is very important. You need to pick them, to select them, and make sure that they know the law, and how the government body at that country is working. Yeah.